morning, everyone. I'm starting the day with something really special, the Kazakh floral and fruity tea we picked up from the Green Bazaar. And look at that gorgeous golden color. It tastes as lovely as it looks. And as you know, we have been following a pretty relaxed itinerary on this trip. Yesterday was one of those easygoing days. We actually did a bit of walking yesterday, and you can see on the screen we kind of clocked about 9,978 steps, but surprisingly we didn't feel tired at all. And now for today's plan, we are finally heading to Shymbulak, something I have been really looking forward to. So as I said, today our plan is to go to Shymbulak, and we decided to go by bus instead of a car because we wanted to experience how the bus is in Almaty. I had also checked the cost of a car, which was about between 2,500 to 3,000 tenge one way, which is also okay, but it's a little bit pricier compared to a bus. And whenever you want to take a bus in Almaty, the first thing you need to do is figure out the bus route. So basically, which bus will take you to your destination. Now, the easiest way is to use Yandex Maps. It works almost like Google Maps, but is much more accurate, and it also gives you all the schedule of the buses and everything. I'll just show you how that is. So here's what you need to do. Open your Yandex Map, either the web app or the mobile app, and set your starting point. So for us, it is Grand Voyage, which is the landmark right in front of our Airbnb. Then for the destination, I search for the Medeu cableway because that's the bus stop where you need to get down if you're heading to Shymbulak. Now it has shown me all the routes. So it is showing me 3 different options, one about 59 minutes, one about 1 hour 7 minutes, and the third about 1 hour 14 minutes. So each route involves a different combination of buses. And if you want to travel by bus to any location, this is what you do. Just, type in your destination in the maps, and it will show you all the bus numbers or the transfer options available. So let's go through the options that we have found now. So option number 1, this is the fastest one, and it shows an 11-minute walk to the nearest bus stop, which is the Shevchenko Street bus stop. From there, I need to catch a bus, which is number 12, which goes all the way to the Medeu cableway, which is the stop for Shymbulak. Now, this is the fastest route, and this is the one we will be choosing. Of course, I'm not going to walk for 11 minutes. Instead, we will take a short cab ride to Shevchenko Street and then catch bus number 12 from there. Now about the option number 2, which is like the bus-to-bus route. So basically, the second option is quite convenient location-wise. If you see, there's just a 1-minute walk from my Airbnb to the nearest stop, which is just in front of my Airbnb. And from there, I can take bus number 112 and get down at Nazarbayev Avenue and switch to bus number 12. So this option works too, but the problem is with the time coordination. You'll have to wait for the 112 bus first and then make sure you catch bus number 12 in time. So the gap between the buses can vary and you might end up waiting quite a bit. So we are not going to choose this option today. Now coming to option number 3, this involves too many transfers. So as you can see, it involves walking for about 7 minutes to Abhay Avenue. Then we take the bus number 128 to City Hospital, which is quite far, and then switching again to bus number 12. So there are a lot of hops, some walking, too many chances to miss the connection. So definitely this is not the option for us. So overall, option number 1 looks like the best choice. So within an hour, we will reach Medeu, from where we can take the cable car to Shymbulak. And we are planning to leave around 9 a.m. so that we can reach by 10 or 10:30 a.m. and have plenty of time to enjoy the overall place. Now, a few important tips here if you are planning to take the bus. So bus number 12 is one that goes all the way to Medeu or Shymbulak. And if you're wondering why we aren't taking a cab directly to Shymbulak, I have already mentioned, because the rates are a little high compared to what you are seeing in a bus. And for a larger group, it is good, but we also wanted to experience how the bus feels in Almaty. So that's why we are opting for this option today. Now, how to check the bus details? So if you click on the bus route in this map right now, it shows all the details. Like for this 112 bus, you can see the details, the fare, the timing, the stops. So for example, it costs 120 tenge for this bus and the waiting time is around 11 minutes. So every 11 minutes, there's a bus number 12, which takes you to Shymbulak. And important note that buses in Almaty don't accept cash. So you need a transport card like the ONE card to pay for your ride. We knew about this, but we still thought that maybe some cash would still be accepted. but it led to a bit of funny situation later, which I'll tell you about soon. So from Shevchenko Street, the bus will take around 24 to 25 stops before reaching our last stop, which is the Medeu Cableway. But you remember one thing, that Medeu Cableway stop is not the last stop on the route for bus number 12. The final one is Medeu Sports Complex, which is slightly uphill. So you need to get down one stop earlier at the Medeu Cableway. That is where the ticket counters are, and you can take a cable car from there to the top point. So if you want to check the bus schedules, you can do that also right inside the Yandex map, just like this. So for this particular bus, number 12, make sure that you're selecting the one that is starting from Almaty railway station number 2. That's the right one, which goes and drops you to Medeu. So Yandex Maps also shows you the closest stop to your current location automatically, which in our case is the Shevchenko Street. And for whenever you do the search, similarly it will show you the nearest bus stop. So there are many stops along the way, but this is the most convenient for us. So there are stops before Shevchenko Street, there are stops after Shevchenko Street, but this is the nearest to our place. And here is one pro tip: if you are boarding the bus later in the route, the bus might get crowded and you may not get a seat. Since it is like a 45 to 50-minute ride, it's better to board early if you want to really get that comfortable seat. So maybe you can think of going to the first stop from where the bus is starting. That way you can secure a seat for sure. But the good thing is that this particular bus, this bus number 12, runs every 11 minutes throughout the day, so you don't have to really worry about missing it. You can take the next bus if you miss the first one. So that's all about route and planning. Now we are heading out to catch our bus, and I'll tell you how the experience is. Let's go. We are now getting into our car, and for a 4-minute ride to Shevchenko Street, we paid 420 tenge. Now we have reached our bus stop, and by the way, today is Qurban Eid and it's a public holiday here in Almaty. Most government offices, banks and schools are closed today, but since Almaty is quite cosmopolitan and not very conservative in that sense, you'll find that most of the shops, cafes, tourist places are still open. So while planning this trip, I actually had checked that in advance because 6th was our Shymbulak day and I didn't want it to be closed. So I'd kept a couple of days backup just in case, but thankfully everything seems to be operational today. So a quick tip: if you are traveling to Uzbekistan during Eid, it's quite different there. Most shops, eateries and even attraction tend to close for that day. But here in Almaty, you won't really face that issue. Only government offices are shut. Our bus has finally arrived, and just as feared, it looks completely packed. But let's give it a shot anyway and see if we can squeeze in. So somehow we managed to find a tiny corner to stand in the bus because it is a weekend and everyone is heading to Chimbulak, I think. But here's the slightly embarrassing thing. As I mentioned earlier, you can only pay via card. Cash isn't accepted. So we didn't have the card and no one came around to collect the fares or check tickets either. So well, we ended up riding for free. Not something I would recommend, but honestly, we had no choice. Couldn't find anyone in the bus who could help tap their card for us while we pay them back in cash. So yes, guilty as charged, but slightly amused at the whole situation. And now we are getting down at the Medeu stop, which is supposed to be the Shymbulak stop. So it's a very beautiful day, and we see the cable car station right across the street. Let's go. Shimbulak is also known as Chimbulak. It's Almaty's most popular mountain resort, and honestly, it's one of the most scenic places you can visit in Kazakhstan. It's located in the Zyliski Alatau mountain range, which is part of the northern Tian Shan mountains, and the entire drive or the bus ride up to here was so picturesque, with mountains on one side and the city slowly fading away behind you. Now, Shymbulak is a famous ski resort during winter. It's actually one of the largest and best developed ski resort in Central Asia. But the fun part is it's not just a winter destination. So even in summer, like now, it's absolutely beautiful. And the mountains are lush and green, the air is cool and crisp, and it's perfect for people who want to escape the city heat and just enjoy nature. And to reach Shymbulak, you first come to Medeu, where we have come, and this is famous for its high altitude ice skating rink. From Medeu, you take a cable car all the way up to Shymbulak first level, and that ride itself will be an experience. The views are breathtaking, and as you go higher, you can literally see the layers of the mountain unfold beneath you. So up at Shymbulak first level, there are cafes, restaurants, viewpoints, and lot of little walking trails. There's also a second and third level cable car where it takes you even higher, one that goes up to the Talgar Pass, which is around 3,200 meters above the sea level. And the higher you go, the colder and windier it gets. So make sure you're carrying a jacket even in summer, like we are doing today. And what I really love about Chimbulak is how calm and peaceful this place is once you are here. You can just literally sit with a cup of coffee, taking the mountain views, and instantly feel that time is slowing down. And finally, we are at the ticket counter. The word kasa in Kazakh means ticket. So this is where you are going to get your ticket for the cable car and other activities. Now, before I talk about the ticket prices, here's a quick and super helpful tip. If you go to the Google and type Shymbulak, the first link that comes up is the resort's official website. Definitely check that out before planning your trip, especially if you're coming in winter. The weather in the mountains can change very quickly here, and sometimes heavy snow or poor visibility leads to temporary closure of the gondola or ski slopes. So, on their official portal, you will find everything you need from ticket prices and rental information to ski school details, news updates, and live cams that show real time views of the mountain. For example, right now you can see the temperature is showing about 0 degree or 4 degrees centigrade, and you can see all the range of temperature that it's showing right on the screen. And there are also links to various different live cams like glacier views, middle section, El Kido, and the base station. The live cam section is really helpful to check out the weather conditions before you start your journey. And there's also a new section where they post updates about the maintenance or closure. For instance, right now, it says that from September 10th to November 1st, the Shymbulak is undergoing maintenance. Different cable cars are closed in phases. For example, Combi 1 from October 6th to November 1, Combi 2 from September 10th to November 1, and so on. So it's always a good idea to visit this portal beforehand, because if you're planning your trip and the gondolas are closed for maintenance, like it is showing now on the portal, then that could really mess up your itinerary. Right, so for us also, the gondolas were closed till 2nd of June, and only after 2nd of June the gondolas started, so which was a lucky thing for us. And when we are now here, everything is operational, so I will show you what is the cost for all the phases. Also in the live cam, you can see the current condition. Like you can see right now, the mountain looks bare, no snow since it's this time of the year. But in when we visited in summer, it was green, as well as there was certain snow cover, which I will also show you. As for the ticket prices, it is displayed right now on the portal, but now it is not showing the Combi 1 and Combi 2 because I'm doing the screen recording in October. But I'll tell you the price what we paid for all the like Combi 1, Combi 2, all the levels. So yes, check out the official website before you go. It will save you a lot of confusion and help you plan your visit better. The advantage of coming early in the morning is you can see there is literally no queue.
Combi 1, Combi 2 for two adults.
16,000. 16,000.
Thank you. We can come back also with this, right? Thank you.
Let me quickly show you how the entire route to Chimbulak works. So we'll start from the Medeu cable car station. That's where we are boarding our first cable car right now. And this one is the longest ride, taking us all the way up to the first stop, which is actually Chimbulak base station itself. Now, once we reach Chimbulak, you will find plenty of cafes, restaurants, and small attractions around. It's a great place to just relax for a while, soak in the mountain views, or even stay overnight. There are hotels right here too. And from there, we will take another cable car. This one goes up to Combi 1, and there isn't much to explore at Combi 1, so we will continue straight up to Combi 2, which is going to be the final stop for any tourist. And at Combi 2, there's a beautiful observation deck where you can get a panoramic view of the snow-capped peaks and glaciers, and that's what I'm most excited for. So yes, the plan is to go all the way up till Combi 2 from Medeu, Shymbulak, Combi 1, Combi 2. So let's go. We have got our tickets and now we are in the queue to board the cable car. So as I said, there are 3 levels, and this is basically going to take us to level 1, from where we will transfer to Combi 1 and then finally to Combi 2, which is the highest point the tourists are allowed to go. I'm really hoping to catch some snow, because when I checked the Google Maps earlier, I could still see patches of snow at the Combi 2 level. So fingers crossed. And right now, since it is
Sorry.
still early, everything is super smooth and quick, no rush, no long lines, as you can see. But I can already tell that as the day goes on, this place is going to be really packed. So coming early definitely worked in our favor. And here's one important thing, the ticket that we got is actually for a round trip, which means it's valid for going all the way up and coming back down. So make sure you keep it safely till the end because you are going to need it again when you return to the same level we are boarding right now. So if you lose it, you might face some trouble while coming back down. So now we are in the cable car and we are getting started. I'm really so excited now. And we are six people in this cable car, two foreign nationals from Australia and two lovely Kazakh ladies who said that they are here on their summer vacation. So it's nice to have this mix of travelers all heading to Shymbulak together. And here we go. As we start ascending, you can actually see the place where the bus had dropped off earlier, and then look at this view already. It's so green and so peaceful. So this is exactly what I was hoping to see in summer: lush, vibrant hills and that crisp mountain air. So if you're coming here in summer, this is what you can expect: endless greenery, wildflowers and blue skies. But just imagine the same view in winter, completely snow covered, all white and glistening. I would say both the seasons have their own charm, but right now, this summer scenery feels like something out of a painting. And honestly, it's giving total Swiss Alps kind of a vibe. I have never been there, but I can definitely say that this feels like the Swiss Alps of Central Asia. So I'll let you just enjoy these surreal views for a bit. It's breathtaking as we make our way all the way up to the first stop, that's the Shymbulak base station. It's roughly going to be a 15 to 20 minutes ride, so enjoy the views. Yeah. Let it stop. Okay. And we have now reached the Chimbulak base station. What a ride it was! Absolutely amazing. We really enjoyed it, and somewhere midway, everyone started chatting, the Australian couple, the Kazakh ladies, and us. So it turned into this little fun international group conversation midair. And just look at this place, isn't it stunning? It just has this kind of a strong European vibe everywhere. And honestly, if someone didn't tell you this was Central Asia, would you ever guess? It totally looks like we are somewhere in Switzerland or Austria. That same kind of chalet style charm, crisp mountain air, and those lovely cafes around. It's so picturesque. But now we have decided that we will come back here to relax after visiting Combi 1 and Combi 2, since the same ticket allow us to go all the way up and return. So just remember, at every level you need to scan the same ticket, so keep it safely and handy. Each person has to scan their own ticket before boarding the next cable car. And right now we are in the queue again for Combi 1, but thankfully it's still early in the day, so the crowd is light even at this level, and everything is moving fast. The process is the same. We need to wait our turn, scan and board. On the right hand side you can see some more queue, so that is for the chairlift. We didn't know that there would be a separate ticket for that. Only after coming here we knew that there's something separate for chairlift. So if you want to go in that, you can get a ticket right at the ticket counter at the bottom level. Now it's our turn. So just like last time, this time also we are 6 people in this cabin. Unfortunately here you can see the glass is quite scratched, so I'm not sure how clear the footage will be, but let's see. Whatever we can capture I will just show you. And as we start moving now, you can see some patches of old snow on the slopes to the right, probably remnants from the last season. It gives you an idea of how magical this place might look in winter when it's completely covered in snow. So I have seen some videos and they are really magical. So people who are thinking of coming during the snow, I think Shymbulak is one place where you will enjoy a lot when it is winter and snowing heavily. So these slopes actually double as skiing trails, so you can imagine how lively it gets during the ski season. And right now below you can see not that green, like this particular level right now, the patch we are going through is not as scenic as what we just saw in the last cable car, but what is really exciting me is the view ahead. Can you see that? So I can already spot snow-capped peaks in the distance, and that's where we are heading to next. Hopefully that is Combi 2, and we are probably going to get some snow there. So one important thing I really wanted to highlight here, you'll often see many tour operators offer package tour that includes Shymbulak along with other sightseeing points, but honestly Almaty is very doable on your own. You absolutely do not need a guided tour for Shymbulak. So once you buy your ticket here, it's very straightforward. You just scan it, take the cable cars and explore the place at your own pace. So unless you are here to study the mountain ranges or do something highly specialized, there's absolutely no need for a guide. In fact, what I noticed is that even when the tourists come with guided groups, the guides are usually dropping them off and people explore on their own anyway. So this is one place where you can easily save some money. Skip the guided tour and just enjoy by yourself. So now we have reached Combi 1, and as I had expected, I don't see much to do here. It's mostly a transit stop, though I can see some small deck area on the left hand side. Maybe we will check that out while coming back. And right now you can definitely feel the chill in the air. It's still sunny, so I haven't taken out my jacket yet, but there's this slight nip in the air, the kind that makes you wrap your shawl a little tighter. So I have draped my shawl around my head right now. For now we are heading straight to the final cable car to Combi 2, the highest point that the tourists are allowed to go. So yes, the tickets in hand again. We are scanning and getting ready to go to our final stretch. The ones that you see here are known as chair lifts. Unlike the enclosed cable cars that we have been using so far, these are open seats suspended by a cable and they move continuously up and down the mountain. These are primarily used by skiers during the winter months to go up the slopes after completing their ski runs. And off we go to the last point. when you're getting down from the cable car, there's one thing you should really keep in mind. The cable car doesn't actually stop, it slows down for a few seconds, but the momentum is still there. So you have to be quick, almost like you are running along with it as you step off. So we are here at Combi 2 now, which is at a height of 3,200 meters. That's about 10,500 feet from the sea level. And finally, we are seeing snow. I'm so happy because I was really hoping to catch at least some snow here at Shymbulak, and here it is. The sun is quite strong, but at the same time, it's really cold and windy up here. You can feel that sharp chill in the air, but interestingly, you can still manage without a jacket. And as you can see, people around are comfortably moving around in shorts and t shirts as well. So this spot is known as the Talgar Pass, and from here you are getting a panoramic view of the stunning mountain ranges all around, as you can see. And right in front of us is the observation deck. And when we are on the observation deck, you can see that there is a board which is listing down all the mountain peaks that you can see right in front here. And you can identify them all because this board has a description of all the peaks that you can see. So that's really helpful. And they also have this drone operator right here who is capturing some truly breathtaking 360-degree drone shots of the area. And the videos look incredible, but yes, they come at a very high price. It's about 10,000 tenge for one drone video. So if you are up for it and want that cinematic memory of Shymbulak, it's definitely worth considering. We skipped it because this looks more cinematic when there is a lot of snow around. Right now, it might not look that cinematic, so we just skipped that. As you might have seen in my lakes and canyon videos, these 360-degree view cameras are quite common across all major viewpoints in Kazakhstan, and you will find one here too. And people, especially locals, absolutely love them. So it's so sweet to see how everyone tries different poses to get that perfect rotating shot. In fact, this little lady here is giving her best pose for that camera, and honestly, it's so adorable. And like I mentioned before, the second most popular flag you will spot on these cameras after the Kazakh flag is the Indian flag. That really says a lot about how many Indian travelers visit these places. So now we are wrapping up our time here in Combi 2, and we have spent a good more than half an hour actually enjoying the views, soaking in the cold winds, and of course taking in tons of photos and videos. And since there aren't many activities right now going on, so we will start our descent. First, we'll be back to Combi 1 and from there to the Shymbulak base station. So as we turn back, you can also see here some accommodations being built. I think some cabin or cottage kind of a thing. Mostly they will be operational by next season, so maybe the winter season. It would be so dreamy to stay right here amidst the snow and this kind of a view. So now, goodbye Combi 2. It has been such a beautiful experience up here. And now we will be taking the cable car down. We are now at Combi 1, which is about 2850 meters or 9,350 feet above sea level. And while coming up, I had told you that I could see a deck on the left hand side, so we thought of checking it out. And the name here says Limon or Limont, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this place is such a great, pleasant surprise. I honestly did not expect it to be this pretty. Look at this. This vast wooden deck overlooking a beautiful valley, and the weather today is just so perfect, sunny yet pleasantly cold. So just look at this view. Doesn't it look like any other international beautifully done ski resorts that you have ever seen in videos or movies? It's truly of international standards and I'm really impressed. You wouldn't really guess for a second that this is Central Asia. This looks Europe. This is completely looking like a Europe or that US kind of a vibe. And look at this adorable snow leopard mascot. It's so cute. So, somewhere down below is the Shymbulak base station. Look at this valley. This entire valley looks like a postcard scene. So calm, so pretty. And the whole place has such a happy and relaxed kind of a vibe. People are chilling out, there is music playing, everyone's enjoying their food, and there's this nice restaurant here too. And of course, dining here it should be on the pricier side, I'm assuming, but honestly, it should be total worth it for this kind of a view. They have got these comfy chairs, sofas, and little nooks that would look absolutely stunning during sunset or evening hours. I'm really, thinking how it might look during those hours. But right now, since the sun is strong, most of the people are sitting inside the shade. But this whole place gives you such a summer vacation, picnic like vibe. So even if you don't plan to eat, just strolling around this area feels just so refreshing. And yeah, I'll just let you enjoy these views. So we are now heading back to our cable car. I feel this place is more of a relax and enjoy the view kind of a spot in summer season, but during winter when everything is covered in snow, this would definitely turn into a bustling ski resort with lots of snow activities. And we have just missed our cable car, so we'll wait for the next one. They keep coming every few minutes, so watching them glide reminds me a bit of the Gulmarg in Kashmir. So we had, rode in similar kind of a cable car over there, but just the difference was that it was completely covered in snow at that time, so it looked really pretty. And this place also looks so pretty even in summer. I think it was totally worth coming to this place, Shimbulak, in summer as well because the views are really fantastic. And that's our cable car. Okay, we have boarded and now we are on our way down. So one thing I noticed that the glasses on this Combi 1 and Combi 2 cars are quite scratched, which I mentioned before also. Not sure why, because everything else here is so well maintained. And if the glasses were cleaner, we would have got a better view of this beautiful pine and fir trees which is lining these slopes. Anyway, this is a short ride, so soon we will be back at the Shimbulak base station. And whenever you spot this big, huge Samsung logo, you know that you are almost there. So I can also see some of the people going up on chairlifts in a separate line. And here we are, back at the Shimbulak base station. This area itself feels like a little mountain village. You'll find some really posh resorts, restaurants, and hotels right here at the base. And this entire place gives off that elegant European ski town vibe, which I have been telling again and again. So there's a mix of cozy wooden lodges, boutique stays, and luxury hotels, all nestled against the dramatic mountain backdrop. And many of them have balcony rooms that open up to the stunning views of the snow peaks and pine forest. So it's the kind of place where you can just sit with a cup of coffee and watch the cable cars glide by all day. So obviously they will be super expensive. It is goes without asking that how expensive they are. I don't have any idea, but they are very expensive. So one of the most well-known options here is the Shimbulak Resort Hotel, which is literally steps away from the lifts, and it's perfect if you are visiting during the ski season. There are also other chalets and spa style resorts offering heated pools, saunas, and even ski in ski out facilities during the winter. So, if you are staying here, just walking around this base gives you that plush, high altitude resort kind of a feel with cafes, souvenir shops, restaurants, and lounge decks where people are just, lounging during this summertime. And it's lively, but it's also very scenic and peaceful. So, I cannot just show you the pool area, but the pool area looks really stunning over here. And look at these beautiful blossoms. And if you ever plan to stay here overnight, the base station area is ideal. So you will get the comfort of luxury with all the mountain charm right at your doorstep. So now we stopped by at one of the restaurants which had its menu displayed outside just to get an idea of how pricey the food is at the Shymbulak base station. And well, as expected, it's quite expensive. For example, roasted potatoes are around 2600 tenge, lavash with horse meat is about 2000 something, teas are in the range of 2000 tenge, and some of the main meals are about 3000 to 4000 tenge and more. So, yes, it's pretty pricey, but I would say you are paying more for the view and the vibe than just the food. The place looks beautiful though. Very alpine, chalet style restaurants with wooden decks and people sitting under the sun enjoying their meals. So we decided not to eat here since it's on the higher side. So the plan is to just stroll around a bit, check out a few more restaurants, and then head back to the city or the base of Chimbulak, and we will check out what is there for lunch. So if we get something around the base from where we took the tickets, if we get something which is cost effective, then we will dine there, or else we will just head back to the city and grab something for lunch from any of the restaurants. And here, as we are going, this is the other side basically from where we just saw the menu. There are several restaurants here, some serving American and international food and others offering Kazakh dishes. So you will find a good variety if you decide to eat here. And everything is so neatly done and beautifully maintained that at times it really feels like you are walking through a resort in Switzerland rather than Central Asia. And look how beautiful they are. Like this entire area looks so pretty. And this entire place is actually very picturesque. So I am taking a lot of photos today. And now that we have explored the area a bit, it's almost lunchtime and we are getting hungry. So we will start heading back first to the ground station from where we got the tickets, as I mentioned. And if nothing fits the budget there, then we will go straight to the city to grab some food. Exit. So now we are back in the cable car, and for the first time in all of these hops, it's just the two of us. So it seems like we are probably the only ones heading back, while most of the people are still up here, relaxing, soaking in the vibe, etc. So honestly, that works perfectly for us because there is absolutely no crowd, no noise, just peace and the panoramic views all around us. And I have to say that after taking all the three cable car rides here, both mom and I agree that the first one, this one, basically the long one, which is 15 to 20 minutes ride from the ground level to the Shymbulak base station, or the vice versa, like we are now going back from the base station to the ground level, this is the best ride, especially in summer, because in this stretch, you can see everything. These charming little houses, resorts, winding roads, lush trees, and the wide open valley. And every direction you look, there's something picture perfect to capture. So, yes, for me, this ride is the most scenic of all. And now we are heading back. I'm just sitting on the opposite side of the cabin, which means you will get to enjoy the view from a different perspective this time. So, sit back and soak in this gorgeous landscape one more time. finally we are back, and as you can see, even now there isn't much of a crowd here. It's about 1:17 p.m. right now, and the queue is still almost empty, which is actually quite nice because I think most of the visitors are still up at the higher levels, which is why it's pretty quieter down here. And we checked out one of the food joints near the base station, but we really didn't find anything that tempted us. Like there were some options, doner kebabs, cold coffee, milkshakes, few snack items, but everything was quite pricey. Like a single doner, for example, was about 2,700 tenge to 3,000 tenge, which felt too expensive for a quick bite. So we decided to skip it and head back to the city instead. And before coming, I had already checked Google Maps and noticed that around the Shevchenko Street, which is our bus stop where we get down, there are quite a few restaurants and cafes. So now the plan is that we will get down there and find something nice and affordable to eat. And the good news is, just as we reached the bus stop, we immediately got a bus. It's completely empty too, unlike the morning rush where we didn't even get a seat. So that's a good thing. Now a bit of a funny little mishap has happened. We got on a bus that we thought was going to the city, but it turned out that it wasn't. That is what the people were saying. Because of the language barrier, there was a bit of confusion. So the bus took us one stop ahead, and that's where we found out that like people told us that it was not going to the city. So they directed us to a different bus. We boarded that bus, and to our surprise, it brought us right back to the Shymbulak stop. So basically, we are going around in circles now, and now we are waiting again for the correct bus. And finally, we have got a bus. This one too is quite empty, which is again very nice. So, one small problem though, we still don't have that on a transport card. So, we ended up riding for free again because there was no one to take the fare and no way to pay in cash. And I don't recommend this actually, of course, ideally, if you find someone who can accept cash, do pay them. But in our case, with the language issue, it was not possible. And also, one useful tip I will tell you, on the Yandex Go app, you can track your bus in real time. So you will see a little pointer moving along the route, so you know exactly where you are and when is your stop coming up. That makes traveling around Almaty much easier, even if you don't speak the language, the local language here. You can still figure it out. And we have finally gotten off that bus, and now we are crossing the street from the Shevchenko bus stand. And I'm following the Yandex map. Apparently, this area has multiple restaurants, so I'm excited to see what we can find here. And oh, look at this! We stumbled upon one of the most beautiful fountains tucked away in a garden. It's such a beautiful sight, isn't it? I can also see a few colorful stalls set up around. You can see that. Almost it looks like a weekend flea market, and they don't look like permanent shops, more like temporary pop ups, I think. But the whole scene feels so festive and full of life. I think we will circle back here after we grab something to eat. For now, we are heading towards a place called Platform A Markets, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Maybe it's a mall, maybe a food court of sorts, but from what I can see on the map, it has quite a few restaurants inside. So let's go in and explore. And the moment we are stepping inside, I'm taken aback. This place is stunning. Look at the ceiling. It's beautifully designed with soft lights, elegant details that makes it look like something out of a modern art space. And it's oddly quiet though. Feels like we are the only ones right here, right now. And look at that. There's a cute little photo booth tucked in one corner, just like the ones you can see in K dramas. It's so pretty, right? And before going further, I think the top floor is where the restaurants will be. We will just quickly visit the washroom. And we just came out of the washroom, and I would say that that was one of the prettiest washroom in a public space I have seen. So clean, so tastefully done, almost too pretty to be a washroom. And now we are climbing up to the top floor, and you can see above me in the ceiling there's this huge green dragon, which makes me think there might be some Chinese restaurants also here. What do you think? And I can see all these cozy looking shops as we go up. The smell of food is already drifting through the air, so we are already hungry, and let's see what delicious surprises we can find in this place. The first thing that catches my eye is the sandwiches and paninis. So there are different kinds, from hearty subs to dainty little sweet breads that look freshly baked. And as we move around, I can spot some tarts, eclairs, waffles, bagels, sweet donuts. It's almost impossible not to stop and stare at all this goodness. And nearby, there's a stall selling ice cream, cold coffee, and boba tea, followed by another one offering plum tea, I can see. And then there is one serving coffee. On this side, it seems there are mostly cafes and bakeries, and but we are too hungry for something light for now. We are craving for some real food, so we decided to wander to the other side and see what else is cooking. The next few stall that we are coming across again are sandwich places, some club sandwich, toasties, but nothing feels filling enough. You have anything in chicken? Uh-huh.
Club sandwich, parmigiana, chimichurri, chicken.
Oh, and I was looking for something in chicken, but that's turned out to be really tricky. The option for chicken is very limited here, and most of the stalls seem to be focusing on red meat. Now, in this corner, you can see some barbecue and brisket shop. This setup is interesting. You choose your cut of raw meat from the counter opposite to it, and they will grill it for you on the spot. You can see your meats and select your meats. It's looking tempting, but not what we are actually looking for today. And I also spotted the shawarma house. Let's see what they have. Finally, it's looking as something familiar. So we are just checking the menu. Which is chicken in this?
Chicken, English.
Oh, English. Okay.
In lavash, chicken, beef, pork.
There are options like shawarma with lavash or an open shawarma, more like a salad plate, you can say. And then there are some snack items also I can see here, like chicken wings, fries, and other kind of snacks. But first of all, the prices are on the higher side. And since we have already had shawarma earlier in this trip, we decided to skip it for now and just look around what else we have. Here we can see salad, drinks, hot plates, but there are only a few chicken items, and I think what she is mentioning here is like a stew, which doesn't quite fit our mood either. So we will move on. And just as we were about to give up, we came across a Balkan restaurant. We saw someone picking up a takeaway order, and the food on his plate looked really delicious, hearty, and comforting. So that was enough to draw us in. Anything in chicken you have?
English.
Oh, fine.
It's chicken.
And the dishes that I see on the menu are quite unique. This would be my first time trying out Balkan food, but it really looks intriguing. So the menu is filled with names we cannot quite pronounce, yet everything looks pretty good. And maybe this is where our hunt would finally end. Let's see. So we have finally ordered our Balkan food, and it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to prepare. While we wait, we decided to walk around a bit, and guess what we found? A Korean food joint. We totally missed it earlier. If we had seen it before, we might have tried that instead. And there are quite a few other interesting restaurants around as well. Look at this one. So this one has actually live seafood displayed on the shelves, and you can literally pick what you want and they will cook it fresh for you. So pretty cool, right? And there's even a foosball table where people can play while waiting for their food. The vibe is really good. And we finally found a place to sit. And since we were super thirsty, I just grabbed a drink from this Chinese shop nearby. The prices in this shop were quite low and honestly the cheapest in this particular food court. But sadly, the drink did not taste good at all. Like, we did not like it. It had a weird flavor. It was bland and the flavor were not actually that great. Uh, and later, both of us ended up with a bit of a stomach issue from this drink. So I will not recommend this. So, lesson learned, cheap doesn't always mean good. And anyway, now our Balkan food is finally here and it is looking delicious. So, let me show you what we have got. I ordered the butterflied chicken thighs grilled to perfection and served with this mashed potatoes. And there's this flavored paneer like something they have over here. There's a white dip, and I can see some nice bread on the side. My mom went with the grilled chicken breast, and her platter looked quite similar except for the chicken cut. So the food looks amazing and it smells amazing as well. The total bill came to around 7,000 tenge, which is on the expensive side. But if I have to spend for something, then it has to be for the experience. And now we are done with the food and we are back on the streets. And the food was really good. The chicken thighs were super juicy and flavorful, perfectly cooked. And my mom, on the other hand, wasn't so happy because the chicken breast turned out to be a bit dry. But overall, I would say it's a good meal. Definitely something different from what we had so far. It's 3:53 p.m. right now, and we really had a late lunch today because we were up at Shymbulak earlier. And just to show you, this place where we were eating is actually a mall entirely made up of food courts. Literally every corner is a restaurant or a cafe, which is such a great find. So, if you are in Almaty, I would totally recommend checking it out. You will find global cuisines from all over the world here, and when whatever you are craving, you can probably get it. The prices are a bit on the higher side, but still it is reasonable enough. Like if you are dining out once a day, then I think it is totally worth it. So now let me show you why I keep saying that I absolutely love walking on the streets of Almaty. Just look at these sidewalks. So clean, so smooth, absolutely pothole free. It's rare to find streets this well maintained, and that's honestly something that has fascinated me about this city a lot. The sun is soft and mild at this hour, not too harsh, and there's a mild wind blowing, so it's perfect for a peaceful walk. And even if it was like super sunny, I would still say walking here feels amazing. So, all along this stretch, you can see these vintage European style buildings with balconies that look straight out of Paris. In fact, one of these shops even has a Paris in its name, which feels so fitting. And the whole area has this Parisian cafe vibe. The umbrellas, the glass windows, the cute little outdoor seating. It's got that perfect vacation feel. So, honestly, we could have spent even the entire day just strolling around these streets. And no one talks about these streets because there's nothing major to see over here. But neighborhoods like this are so pretty in Almaty, and people look so relaxed, and families are walking together, sitting at cafes, just enjoying their day. So today is Eid, as I mentioned earlier, so most of the people are probably spending time at home with their loved ones. The streets are still calm, and there's a lovely laid back festive air in the vibe. There are people sitting in the restaurants and cafes. And now we thought that we will wrap up our walk here and head to our Airbnb to rest for a bit before going out again in the evening. The plan is to visit Arbat Street later today, and since it is Eid plus it's the beginning of the weekend, so it's supposed to be really lively and fun. And right now we are walking back to the Shevchenko Street bus stop, the same one from where we caught the bus in the morning. I'm going to book a Yandex cab, and we will just get the cab and go to Airbnb. While we wait, I noticed a small grocery shop nearby. It was closed in the morning when we had come. Every neighborhood here seems to have one of these cute little local stores, simple, convenient, and always within walking distance. Alright, folks, I know this vlog has gotten really long. It's already over 50 minutes, and I still haven't shown you Arbat Street, the evening life, the weekend buzz, and how vibrant and lovely Almaty becomes after sunset. I really wanted to do full justice to that part, so I think I'll wrap up this vlog here and start a new one just for that. The next vlog is going to be a short one, maybe 15-20 minutes, and I'll take you through Arbat Street on a weekend evening. Trust me, it's going to be super interesting, especially for anyone curious about nightlife and local vibe of Almaty. But before I sign off, here's something I had to show you. That orange truck that you see passing by, that's actually a water spraying truck. It went past and sprayed water all along this wide road just to clean it. Can you believe it? I have honestly not seen something like this before, and it is really fascinating. And before I sign off, I wanted to quickly show you one last thing. Just below our Airbnb, there's this small local store I have been always talking about. And I thought I would give you a quick sneak peek so that you get an idea of what kind of things you can easily find here if you're planning to stay in this area. So here it is. This is the store. It's small but super convenient. So you'll find all the basic stuff you might need: snacks, water, some groceries, some fruits, some daily essentials, hygiene product, medicines, so and chocolates, lot of chocolates. You can buy them for gifting purpose also. Perfect for travelers who just want to grab a few things without going too far. And with that, I think I'll end this vlog here. The next one is going to be all about Arbat Street. And with that, I think I'll end this vlog here. The next one is going to be all about Arbat Street, the evening and the weekend life of Almaty, which gets really vibrant and fun. So make sure you don't miss that one. And if you like this vlog, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop in your questions in the comments. I would love answering them. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next vlog very soon, mostly by this weekend.